AI voice translation in every language will be a full default thing in every social media platform within the next half decade. Everything is about to be translated. Every one of these social media platforms is gonna translate all of our videos. Anybody who wins as a standalone AI voice product is gonna either get destroyed or get a purchase by the biggest companies in the world. Attention is the #1 asset. Bill, it's good to see you, bro.
What's up, man? Good to see you.
How you been?
I got a FaceTime flea with you, so I'll make this short. I get enough time.
I also, what's that, your brother-in-law? That's who I'm meeting with? Was he your brother-in-law or?
Oh man, he doesn't forget. Tell clicks again, he don't forget. You remember when we were my honeymoon in Japan? You remember all this stuff, man.
Dude, I fucking listen, care.
Don't let him celebrate.
What are you talking about? It's really not, it's, you know, when you listen and you care and like, I appreciate it. Anyway, let's get to your question.
I get enough time with you. You're awesome. Thanks for, you're beasting through this.
Thank you.
Huge props. My question today was more on kind of credibility versus consistency, whether it's me or anyone else starting out new podcast. You know, this is me in like 10 years when I stopped doing what I'm doing, which I actually kind of love. You start a new podcast. Would you rather be credible or consistency? Like,
I'd rather be consistent because consistent is something I can control. Credible isn't something I can control. Outside people do that.
Like when you started, you know, doing your wine videos, I mean, you weren't a sommelier, right? You weren't, I mean, you just liked wine, right?
No, I was running the largest e-commerce independent wine retail business in the country.
Right.
So I had credibility of like, and I like, you can't watch that show and not realize like this guy knows what he's talking about. Like you can't, like I can't do that show about Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Like you have to know.
Yeah.
So
early on in those like, you know, videos when you first started, it was that big?
Yeah, I'd had already been running the business for quite a long time.
You had the credibility, and then obviously the consistency has been.
Yeah, but there was plenty of people that, after Wine Library TV exploded in 2007, every single sommelier and every wine store in the country started doing wine videos.
Yeah.
People thought wine videos were viral. They didn't realize I was viral. And so like, plenty of those people had much bigger credibility as me. Master Somms, this and that, and 100% of them failed.
Yeah.
And the person that was most consistent, my friend, Andre Mack, Mouton Noir, great sommelier per se, he grinded for a decade and now he has a real platform. Consistency is controllable. Credibility is not.
Yeah, awesome. Super cool.
Love you, bro. Talk soon.
And hopefully I'll see you soon with my cousin in New York.
Can't wait.
Hey, Gary, can you hear me fine?
Perfect.
Awesome. Honestly, thank you for doing this show. I really appreciate it. I just really wanted to thank you for everything you've done first and foremost. Can honestly say that you're my hero. You really changed my life for everything that you've done. Kind of wanted to give you more context about me and kind of like my life. I'm 20. I go to FIU in Miami, Florida, and I'm graduating this December. I'm so excited. Can't wait to go out there and kill it in the world. But I used to work at a golf course, right? Driving golf when I was 17, 18, and through just listening to music, I got bored of it, and I started listening kind of to your shows, to your YouTube videos, and that just really sparked my entrepreneurship, my marketing, my sales in me, and I haven't looked back since. And I kind of started helping students with college admissions process because that's where I was at the moment. But now I'm graduating and I'm getting a degree, and I've gone really deep into marketing and everything. I've really fallen in love with personal branding, specifically on LinkedIn. After you hammered us on it for years and years, I finally got in it a couple months ago and I went full on. I took a whole bunch of courses on how to copyright, how to do everything. And it's been 4 months and I've gotten 4,000 followers. And I get at least 2 to 3 DMs every single day on students that want to learn how to do personal branding, specifically on LinkedIn.
Go figure.
That kind of motivated me to start a whole video course on how to do the whole thing, on how to do LinkedIn branding specifically for college students, teaching them the whole start process on the foundations of LinkedIn, how to grow on LinkedIn, how to do content creation, how to get internships, because a lot of students simply don't know and they're not being taught that, right? And it's being launched on May 1st, right? So pretty much my question is, Gary, how can I promote that as well? I'm particularly making the content on LinkedIn, but I know there's TikTok, YouTube. I have a YouTube account, I have TikTok, I have Instagram. I have all that, but how can I have a good, successful launch?
Bro, you know the answer to the questions, how you got into the opportunity to even do this in the first place. You have to be good at organic social media content. And if you got a couple of dollars to your name, you need to be good at paid media on social. Social is underpriced attention when you're good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've definitely used that, and I've right now 35 students on the waiting list that have signed up and gotten it, right? And I'm really excited about that. But it's just like kind of like the tactics behind it. I don't know if you have any ideas. For example, TikTok, I know it's going to be one of the #1 things there. How do you think I can make a video that would really hit it off?
Well, the first second of the video has to pop. The thumbnail has to say, "Are you having troubles with school admission?" Then you start the video with like, "I can help you." So now you banged it with context and hook, and then you give them stake behind that, real tangible shit. Write good copy, post it. It fails. Do the same thing in a different version. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Just testing.
Not testing, executing with observing the information. Meaning every attempt is not a test. Every attempt is to win. And then when it doesn't win, because most don't, analyzing what might or might have not won.
Right. I get you. And really the long-term process that I have for this is that not only do I want to teach how beautiful LinkedIn is, because again, 1% of everyone that is on LinkedIn, of the billion users, only create content on it, only 1%. And even then, 91% of college students that come into college don't even have a LinkedIn profile. So there's a lot of people that I can serve. But should I serve this into professionals as well, people that are in corporate America, or people that are just entrepreneurs and just don't know everything that has LinkedIn to offer? Or what do you think?
It's one of the most underpriced platforms in the world right now.
And well, that's one thing. I don't know if this is a false belief, right? But me being 20, right, with my experience only being in college, how can I overcome that and really give those tangible things? Is it more case studies, testimonials, just social proof of the work that I've done for students that I can show that to professionals as well?
By having those people post about you once you've done it.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, these are just questions that I think.
No, I hear it. I'm jumping in for the audience. Like, I know people ask this all the time, but like, you'll have more testimonials when you're 22 than when you're 20.
Yeah, no, it just takes time eventually, just getting more and more. And
just own your skills.
Okay, just really own the skills and know.
Own the skills and talk about the skills. Execute, talk. Execute, talk. Execute, talk. Execute, talk.
Awesome. The other question that I did have for you, I mean, this is more on the personal side. Again, this is my business, this is my baby, and I love doing it. What experience should I be getting after I graduate? Right now, I work for an HR and payroll company. Their name is UKG. They've treated me great. I'm working in sales for them, but I want to see how a job, getting work and experience under someone will play me really good to eventually go in full on my own thing. What endeavor do you think I should go into? I just kind of want to get ideas. I know I can go for them and work on this business on the side, but what do you think?
What do you want to learn?
I want to be the best person in digital marketing and branding that has ever been coming out of Miami, I'm from Colombia. I want to become that person.
Then go and do it. Meaning go do that work. Go work at a marketing agency.
Okay.
Or go work for someone and do the marketing for them. Being the best at it can only be done by being an actual practitioner.
Just doing it every single day.
Yes, like I've been doing for the last 20 years.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. No, it really means a lot. No, I appreciate it, and I really thank you for everything you've done, Gary. You don't understand. I mean, I have my other partner here who's with me. You can come on and say hi, but we've listened to you since,
What's his name?
His name is Alejandro.
How are you, bro?
Good. Great seeing you guys talk. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's a pleasure. And you don't know how many people you're inspiring. Just so you can know, at the college level, our age, you're crazy down here in Miami. So I'm definitely happy for the event that you guys are going. Hopefully we'll be able to go to VeeFriends and everything.
We're going.
Yeah, we're going.
We're thinking about it. We're going.
Yeah.
You should absolutely go. All right, brother. Love you. See you. Let's keep it going. Daniel.
Hi. Good to
How are you? Great to see you, bro. How you been?
Fantastic. Good night in the middle of the night out of London, UK.
It's great to see you. What are you guys? Is it 11:53?
Yes, it is.
Very nice. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having this opportunity. I was not expecting this.
It's good to see you.
So I have a question, and I'm sure the book at all is the answer, but maybe you can give me a snapshot before. And it's I'm working as a coach, and this industry is like full of 90% of people who shouldn't do it, and it's overloaded with people and less authenticity and not helping people. And how would you position yourself starting going out? Because everything I did so far was just like without any social media, without any marketing, just we did everything without, just from mouth to mouth, and it worked. But I know to get the size I want to get, it's super important, and to become the next like kind of biggest speaker in the world, it's needed to be out there in the internet. How would you position yourself?
It's less
so
about
disruptive.
no,
to the
it's
market.
about focusing on bringing people value, like what we're doing here right now.
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah.
You're starting at zero. That's okay. That's fun. It's part of the journey. But you have things to say, and you have value to bring, and slowly but surely you put out video. You start a podcast. You interview people. You cut the clips. You put it on social, or you just put things on social. You go live. You're living in a huge opportunity world. One good comment, consistency around content. Just pound it. It's there. Like, I think you know the steps. How to be good at it.
Sure.
You know how to be good at it. First of all, it's the depth of your knowledge. So it sounds like you've been able to build. It sounds like you're good at your job, because if you're winning on word of mouth and you're not doing any marketing on the internet, it means you're actually good at your job. So that should be very easy for you to be successful in this, because you'll talk about things you know. The reason things have worked for me is I talk about business and marketing, and I talk about wine, I talk about the jets and collectibles, I talk about things I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, 100%.
That's what you need to focus on.
Yeah, it's more the question about the niche, because right now I'm doing everything like company workshops, do one-on-one coachings, doing relationship workshops, doing kind of family constellation work overall with it. But if you go out there with everything, and
I'm out there with everything.
Would you start doing out there with everything from the beginning? Because everybody else says start with a niche, expand, be an expert, expand it.
I did it. That's a good call out, but I would say that we've seen plenty of people. I mean, look, everything you just talked about is the same shit.
That's 100% right there.
Okay, so it's not like you're doing barbecue chicken videos and skiing videos and, Manchester United videos and then this. Like, you're staying in the same general genre, you're just double clicking into relationship graphs. I think your niche is that, the whole thing. You're just so deep in your craft that it's niched out underneath, but to normal people, it's
okay, got it.
Got it?
Yeah, okay. Because you think like the personal development overall is still a niche, and then inside.
Daniel, the biggest thing that people are going to learn in this book, and if they're paying attention, is content now finds people.
Okay.
So unlike back in the day when you were building a profile and then now content finds people. When I make a garage sale video, it's going to find people that are around garage boot sales, as you know them. Those videos are going to find those people. When I talk about marketing, it's going to find those. The algorithms are getting so smart, like you can do anything about anything, and it's going to find its place.
Okay, nice. And then maybe just the last question. I'm originally coming from Germany. I just recently moved to London, and exiting the old business last year and going fully into the coaching was also kind of a step going international, doing it in English. But sometimes it feels like leaving behind the people in Germany and not speaking German. Would you use like the AI technology to build German videos, or
good news? Yeah, you already got it. Everything is about to be translated, and everyone, like, what do you think is about to happen? Every one of these social media platforms is going to translate all of our videos as anybody who wins as a standalone AI voice product is going to either get destroyed or get purchased by the biggest companies in the world. AI voice translation in every language will be a full default thing in every social media platform within the next half decade. It's a feature.
Okay, nice. Can I ask you one?
Can't wait to clip that shit in 3 years when it's like Meta announces, right? You could already feel the clip of that one, right? I saw all of you. I was like, I know what you all thinking. That's why I said it out loud. Go ahead, Dan.
What's the one thing you would devote yourself to in my position? Because right now it's not the marketing thing. I'm good at the work, but I'm not good at the marketing thing. This is like a new language for me.
Education. Free education, right? Like getting educated. Devote yourself to at least even knowing. Like, I know that all the AI algorithms for social media now are interest-based, so I can sit here and say the content will find everybody. It's not like that's some great secret. If you spend 10 hours reading and watching videos and listening to marketing podcasts, you would learn that. So I would devote myself to trying to figure out who the best people to listen to are, and go out there and kind of attack it, you know, like.
That's how I came here.
Well, I'm very humbled by that. And there's others putting out good stuff, and just Googling, just ChatGPTing, searching, typing, enter, and you'll find your way, brother. And then, as you know, you can't read about doing push-ups. At some point, you got to start doing the push-ups.
100%. Then start building a team, or doing it first on your own and then.
I've been doing this a long time. I'm very confident in you. I can smell it through the screen. You're just in the beginning of the journey. You just got to put in the work, and I have a funny feeling it's going to go very well.
Okay, thank you so much, man.
You're welcome, brother.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
GaryVee, baby, in the house.
What's up, family?
How you doing?
Great.
Oh man, I hope you're hydrated, bro. You're just on like a QVC marathon right now.
I'm feeling good.
I love it, bro. I love it. Hey, thanks for taking time. Most importantly, you know I'm gonna show up with the company logo and stuff because you give this awesome opportunity to us entrepreneurs, bro. I've felt so touched by Connor, the guy you had on earlier, the kid that was 17. Man, that was my story, bro. I was 18 years old, a senior in high school, was going to be a chemical engineer, turned down 8 football scholarships and started mowing grass. My chemistry teacher, my guidance counselor was like, "You're crazy. What are you going to do? You're just going to mow grass for the rest of your life?" I was like, "No, I'm going to build a business." And they couldn't see it. And so I just love, man, that you help so many young entrepreneurs, believe in themselves when a lot of people don't. And that's where it starts at. But, man, I appreciate you having me on for a couple seconds. I got a quick question for you. I've been following you a long time. Started back in 2016. I actually ran my first Facebook ads 2 weeks after it opened in 2013. Started a business in 2016. Fought a lot of your stuff and been trying to preach the gospel that social media is not a fad. I work with agents, real estate agents and insurance agents. And dude, even to this day, I'm still getting pushback that they're like, "Oh, I don't have time to do it," or "I don't see the value in doing it." And I'm like beating my head against the wall. I saw this opportunity. I'm like, "Yo, let me let G spit some game to these guys and clip this shit so that they can hear it straight from
Bro, Deej,
like,
I'll be honest.
Just don't get it.
Bro, I think you've got the wrong framework. Don't get caught up in this. It's very simple. Don't be convincing. Just have conviction.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I try, but a lot of times it's like they'll get on board with us. They'll get on our service. We'll coach them. They'll be making content. They'll do it for a month or two. And they're like most people on social media, right? They do a month or two worth of content and then they fizzle out. And I try to tell them that branding's a big boy game. It's the long-term game. It's not Doritos doesn't spend $7 million on a Super Bowl ad and then come in the next morning and say, "How many bags of chips did we sell last night?" It's a bigger piece. So like, can you just talk to those people right now that like are still on the fence with social media about that?
Honestly, bro, I'm very, very not passionate about convincing people that in 2024 have a debate about social media.
It's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't have any energy for it. Like, I'll just let them deal with the consequences of their non-action.
Yeah. And the next generation is going to fill in on the backside. We always say that the insurance industry has PMS. It's pale, male, and stale. And like these guys, if they don't get on the bandwagon, the kids that are coming up behind them, that's how they're going to eventually take their books of business.
As it should happen. Whoever's better.
Amen, brother.
Whoever's
a meritocracy, right?
100%.
I love it, man. If I can ask you one more question from a dad standpoint, because it's all new to me. Right now, like having Willow, I'm like more energized and like motivated than ever to just go fucking dominate and put my competitors out of business. I get a lot of shit from that in the marketplace because people are like, "You're being too loud and precocious about that." But at the same time, like, dude, I just want to spend time with my family. Like I've never had that. I used to be able to just grind, and now it's like, ugh.
It's great. It's wonderful. Like, bro, like it's the best. If you're asking me how to balance, there is no balance. You do the best you can. Sometimes you're going to pick the grind and sometimes you're going to pick the family, and it's all going to end up awesome in the end because you have good intent and you're going to try to make it awesome.
Yeah, man. Just trying to build an empire for them, you know?
Yeah, I mean, but you're really building it for yourself. You enjoy the process.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I love this stuff, dude. I would have went to college otherwise, you know, like,
Of course,
you know how many parties and girls I didn't get to take advantage of because I was grinding and mowing grass. You know what I mean? While all my friends were like, "Hey, bro, you come to this party on Friday?" I'm like, "I can't. I gotta work tomorrow morning, bro."
Yeah, bro,
like you did in the wine library, you know, the wine store days.
And look at your fucking face, and you were a football player. You fucking had it, bro. You just chose your other love. I get it.
Yeah, man. I think you just called me chunky.
I said handsome.
Oh, okay. I'm with you. I appreciate it.
I will, DJ. Thank you so much, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Take
Stay
care.
well. Bye-bye. Hi, Maddie.
I can't believe I'm on a live stream right now. It's like 5 to 1 in the morning in the UK. I've been a fan for so long, so it's amazing I'm getting to chat to you. A quick question for musicians. So I've been a musician all my life, write my own music, but mostly as a session musician, which is like we go and as a bass guitarist or drummer or whatever, we go and play with other artists on their own stuff. Could be live, could be in the studio. And I'm finally at the point where I can really focus on creating content and everything around music. But I'm finding that, as you know, all the copyright issues when it comes to putting your own music on platforms is a big problem. I can't think of the amount of videos I've posted of me playing on a song and then it's been wiped for copyright because you're doing covers of people's songs, or even you get flagged for even doing original stuff sometimes because it just
doesn't recognize. Yeah, because it doesn't recognize. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, because I'd love to start doing like TikTok lives and doing Twitch lives and more YouTube live stuff. So is there any advice you'd have for someone who'd like to do more music stuff but not necessarily get flagged for copyright? Is there any other
platforms have the leverage? There's obviously other platforms, different live streaming, different social networks that might be less advanced in their copyright, so there's that, but then also original music.
Okay. So if we were putting out,
the record labels aren't interested in you using something they own as a foundation for you to build. It's just the way they see it.
Yeah. So it's like for just getting just more exposure, just as like a bass guitarist or just musician in general, a big way of doing that is by putting you doing covers of people's songs.
I'm very aware. The problem is the record labels don't give a fuck about what you want.
Yeah. It's so is there any like to build a brand around music and not just being a musician but just music in general, because I'm also I've started like dealing in vinyl, like record vinyls. Is there any kind of content that you think would be good to put out that isn't necessarily playing music itself but around that? Like if I was to go on
there's
on
music
live or something.
Yeah, there's music, there's the business of music, there's the storytelling around music, and look, there's ways to do covers on live that might not shut down. Like there's also the arbitrage of like just doing it and like letting it go down, like doing it and watching it come down, and like, again, meaning if the covers are taken down, they're taken down. Like, there's a little bit of that,
Yeah. It's like trying to find the right way of doing it, because I see a lot of people doing covers and then they don't get taken down, but
isn't there like music performance licenses? Like, I don't know how the platforms play with that.
Yeah, and it's I don't know if it's different in the UK and the US. It's different between platforms as well.
Yeah, sure.
It's like I've had stuff taken down on one platform and not another one.
The truth is the music stuff is so like discouraging from a creative and entrepreneurial standpoint that I don't tend to go super hardcore, It's
really tough, because especially in like the blues and jazz world, which is like my kind of thing, a lot of it is just improvising with people, and a big thing is just capturing that live and posting that. But then you try and record something live when it's just like a random jam, it's gonna sound terrible unless you've done all.
But I think the random jam sounding terrible with you giving context as an overlay of like, this is what jam life is, could be very high value content.
Okay. So like a commentary on why, by it sounding terrible, I mean like the technical side of it, because you can't, mic everything up and everything. Yeah, I was thinking of maybe going down that route, but it's like...
Isn't there a good amount of public domain content, right?
Is there?
Public domain, like there might be, like just things that eventually have switched over into public domain versus copyright.
Oh yeah.
Go OG,
yeah. Yeah, there's really OG. And when you're doing like improvised jam stuff live, I mean, that's all made up on the spot. You know, there's no copyright issues there.
There's also the ability to maybe do remixes and duets off of stuff that's been up with that. Like there might be a little bit of play on that.
Yeah. So I was wanting to be able to do, like, I do have the time to maybe like, because I work from my house and it's like just stick a camera up and go on Twitch for a bunch of hours a day. But I'm like, shall I just post hours of bass practicing? I don't know. It's like,
you should try. You should definitely try, for sure.
Cool. I'll give it a go.
Right.
Amazing.
The best night. Thank you so much, Maddie.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Gary, dobry wieczór.
How are you?
You're looking great after 10 hours of live streaming. I gotta give it to you.
Thank you, man.
I wanted to show you actually pretty funny. So this is a post from 2017 on my Facebook, and you can't see it. I actually didn't know. I just checked it. It says you have to go 100%. You can't be half pregnant.
Yep.
This will be very ironic considering my question. So I've been following you for a long time. It really benefited me in 2020 when I started my TikTok channel. As you can see, I'm into cars, so I love talking about cars, and that's what I did. And that really helped. I had a 9-to-5 in a car corporation. I developed my channel, grew pretty quick to 200K on TikTok, which was a good momentum.
Very good.
But then stagnated, and we had sort of a dilemma where I realized that I'm not spending enough time on my passion on TikTok and social media brand. So my question is, so I need to, in order to become better and more successful in this and actually make it full time, I need to commit to more hours. But it's a chicken and egg problem where I'm not earning enough to do that from this, and I need to support a family. I'm married, have a 2-year-old, love them, amazing. Shout out Kelly and Enzo. So my question is, how can I monetize this? I'm in Canada, Toronto, and I'm only relying on brand deals at the moment. They are okay. I'm reinvesting all the money I'm making into better equipment and stuff, and
you need more audience to make those deals bigger, and then you need an audience that's compelled and connected to you if you want to do other things like merch or other things of that nature. So
and just as simple as putting in more hours, right? Trying to squeeze in the very last second.
You know this. It's like, you know, how do I get stronger? You put in the reps and work. I mean, the thing you could do is clearly reach out to brands more aggressively. Right, so you can lean in by reaching out to brands that you think you can do, but there's the cliche things like merch and things of that nature, but you just want to keep, like, what you got affected by was back to trading attention. TikTok was underpriced attention, so it grew quicker because it was supply and demand. Right. A lot of you are going through the learning I did back in the day, 15 years ago, which is like, oh shit, you got to hit these things hard when they're underpriced, because once they become properly priced, you have a lot of regret that you didn't go harder. I promise you, I know that you regret not going harder now that you can't get it done, right?
Although I did go pretty hard, so I'm happy about that. But
so
there's always more.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm pumped about that. I'm glad you left it on the field. There's always more, but if you feel like you really went at it, then that's good. You really went at it.
Yeah, it's been a few years. First year for sure, like all in, I got fired from my job because of my TikTok channel, which is pretty funny.
Why? They didn't understand?
Oh, I did a campaign for a non-competing brand, like a brand deal, and they just didn't like it and they fired me on the spot. No explanation, nothing, which is okay.
It's fine. Trust me, they're a loss.
Right. Well, anyway, Gary, I really appreciate your time and all the effort you put into this and your advice. I'm looking forward to the book. Enzo will appreciate your new kids book, and I will appreciate the day trading attention.
I love you.
Thank you very much. Take care, man.
What's good, bro?
What's going on? I've been here all day with you. Been watching since the morning.
I've been seeing your comments, my guy.
Tell them my bad. I was just trying to get on.
What's good?
Hey, just want to say I appreciate you. I've been watching you for like the last 5-6 years. So just a little backstory about 2.5 years ago. I worked at Pepsi. I would make the soda. They paid me good. I had a house. It's just me and my son. Then he was about like 2-3 years old. But I just hated the job, the management wise. It was just horrible kind of working there.
Okay.
And I worked graveyard shift. And so I was on Instagram and your video popped up. The video, you used the analogy of friends. People hate their jobs and they go home and they use that content to escape instead of making content. And I just connected with me because I'm a big football fan. I watch the games, highlights, podcasts, all the shows. I go on YouTube. And so I was like, I'm going to make a page. So I made the page. I didn't really think anything of it. I just love football. And so I just started making content. The first season I made the page, I was only on Instagram, and it was kind of like slow interactions here and there, but nothing big. And then that month of the playoffs in January, I went to TikTok. I was like, let me try TikTok, and it was just way better than the whole season on Instagram. And that's when I started learning how you say about social media, learn your platforms, and it just everything went off on TikTok. My first mini viral video was with my son. I had like the filters on his head, and he kind of guessed the team names. He didn't know any of them, but it was just it exploded. Like ESPN shared it and all that stuff, and it kind of just started connecting with me. Like, you know, this could lead to something. I ended up leaving Pepsi. I sold my house. It was just I knew it was time for a change, and so when I did that, all that stress of working at a job I didn't like, for paying for bills, a house that I really didn't need, it was just me and my son. So all that stress was finally gone and left. I'm at a better job now to actually appreciate the employees, and I have a set schedule to where I have time with my son. And I'm able to focus on my page. And so this year, in the beginning of the season, I posted, it was like a 10-second video of the players doing the dance. It's called the squabble. And it was like a 10-second video, and for some reason it exploded. It got like 45 million, and I got over 10,000 followers just from that video. And so now this is my first off season where I'm able to focus on my page, and kind of I have all these ideas, and kind of watching your feed from this morning, you kind of answered it, just do everything. There's no or, it's always and. And so that was kind of my question, was like, when I go on TikTok live, I don't really care about the viewers, but just myself, I get kind of awkward. So I've been thinking about like bringing someone else to bounce ideas off of, kind of bounce the energy off of, because that's how I am. Or kind of like reaching out to other pages, kind of collabing on certain videos.
Both of those things would work, Jess.
Yeah, so those are the ideas I had. I like to incorporate some of my son in some of them, because he's 6 now and he loves football. So he gets into it just like me. We watch the games together. So just, I guess since I know my page is just a baby, 2 years old, kind of how do I grow from here? Kind of, I know posting content, which I'm doing, but like other.
I mean, commenting. So one of the things you can do, Jess, with your page is go to other football and sports content and comment something that's additive, whether it's funny or informational. You've been seeing that, right? You know TikTok. So commenting as creative, I think, is a huge opportunity. So I think that's the other big move you can do, other than what you brought up.
Okay, yeah. And something that I was thinking about, because I really love music, like all genres. Because I used to do music before I had my son. Was like incorporating music, like find like local artists and kind of doing like lives with them, or some that they do music, but their side hobby is like football. We could talk football, and they could do that. So those were just some ideas.
Jess, every idea you have, make it.
Yeah, because that was my question. Like I said, watching from the beginning of your feeds, how you always say and not or. So that was the biggest thing I learned, which answered my question. So
good, brother. Well, thanks for hanging with us all day, brother.
All right, brother. Have a good day.
Brian.
How we doing?
It's good to see you.
You too, man. Hey, thanks for bringing me on. I got 4 books pre-ordered, 3 for my kids and 1 for somebody on my team that just had their first baby last week. So I'm pretty pumped to give it to them.
I'm so happy, brother.
The question I asked on there is still relevant in what I wanted to ask. I run a small advertising agency. We're in rural South Dakota. Started January 1 of 2020. What a time to start an agency. I thrive and I want to help local businesses grow. So when I say local, especially here, they're very small businesses.
Very.
With small budgets most of the time too, unless I can show the growth and whatever. My question is, how can I best portray that story to really get my point across if I want these people to win?
By delivering on that over time and building that reputation.
And just keeping it authentic.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, like small businesses have very limited budgets, small towns, like you already know, what it is. Like they're cynical to it, but they're open to it. Like, and you're from it. It's not like I'm coming in from New York, so they're gonna believe you a little more than me. I think you've just got to attack it, and just do it. And then what's gonna happen, Bri, is that it'll start to become your reputation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's kind of what I've been growing on. Everything comes on referrals. I haven't made a cold call since I started the business because everything's on referrals.
So what are you looking to? Like, it sounds like you're doing it. Are you being impatient, or you just want to accelerate it, or what's your thought?
I mean, obviously everybody wants to accelerate the small business, right? I mean, but my biggest thing is it's not that everything hurts when you lose a client, right? But I want to make sure that I'm keeping my family fed, my employees and their families, because they're as important.
Agency life is hard because you know this, unless you're doing paid media and creative for them, it's hard for them to see the results of brand creative in a small business. They're looking for sales.
Sure, 100%. The bottom line is what they take home. And if it doesn't work, we're taking money off their family's plate too.
That's right.
But that's all I really had, man. I'm excited for the book. I have all the other books, but one quick thing. I've been following your content for a long time, but this is the original NFT.
Oh my God, that was awesome, bro. That's awesome. Thank you.
From, I don't even know what year that would have been. 10 years ago, at least?
Right. Yeah, 14, 17, maybe 7 to 10. That's awesome, brother. Love you.
Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks, man.
Take care, brother.